Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to Empowering Bytes. This is where we keep it short and sweet. But who is the we? Well, the we is me, Nkechi, and
I'm Gaby with 1B. Pleased to be the co-host of these Empowering Bytes where we keep it short and sweet.
E to the A to the B to the what? Mammone! That is Gaby 1B Mammone. Let's go, girl. Let the show begin. Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to the next episode of Empowered in My Skin, Empowering Bytes, where we keep it short and sweet because I'm with my sweet, sweet host, Gaby.
Thank you. We've been doing this for years, and never have I ever heard the same intro twice.
And to all the YouTubers, because now there's YouTubers, I just gonna be honest. One of the ways that you could be a great podcaster and be able to do it with your time, because a lot of people ask, like, how do you manage all of this at your time? Is that you batch your episodes?
Yes.
One of the things we don't do is we don't go and change our outfits. I don't go and change my hair. So if you watch the last episode.
And that's okay, right?
It's fine. Nails look the same. Hair is the same.
But that's okay. We time block.
I love it because we just have this empower. Like it's like by the time I finish with Gaby, like it might be like we kind of do them pretty fast, but we kind of plan for an hour or so of conversation, and we're just like it's just an hour of talking about what do we want to gift the world with. Anyway, so today's was really exciting. So much exciting that. Anyway, Gaby, you open it up because I'm just.
All right, I'll open it up.
I'm hyped.
I would like to ask a hypothetical question. It's not even hypothetical. Everybody listening, I know, has been frustrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So think about something that you're going through that is causing frustration, something that you've been through that has caused frustration, okay? Because we're going to have a very meaningful conversation about frustrations. Can they be monitored by expectations? Okay? Let me say that again. Can frustrations be monitored by expectations? So Ink and I had a conversation before we started hitting record on this, and she has a very powerful excerpt. I want to pass it over to you. I want you to share that with the world.
So what I love that we also do is I do it often. And for those of you that might be watching this, I'm just going to show you an example, right? Like, so every month I start a new note in my phone and I title it and I call it the month, the year, and it's self-development notes. So for example, this current month is November 2024. So I do already have a note. I started on November 1st, November 2024, self-development notes. And the reason I do that is because I want to keep track of, things that people say. I'm constantly reading, listening, learning, growing. And I keep track of what I'm learning every month, whether it's through the Bible app. So like in the note at the bottom, I'll have the Bible app notes, things that I glean from God. And then other than that, like podcast episodes, whatever. It could be even sometimes somebody says something. The other day, I was talking to this amazing leader and he was talking about moments of truth. And so that went into my notes. Anyway, so Gaby in our B-roll was talking about, there's this great thing that you shared as a potential podcast episode topic. And it said, can frustrations be monitored by expectations, right? And I was like, really? I said that? I was like, when did I say that? So we started looking in WhatsApp because we use a WhatsApp chat to communicate with the team, but it didn't find it in there. And then something said to me, okay, if I said it, it must be in my notes. Right. And so I went onto my phone, I searched, and lo and behold, whenever I shared this with Gaby, June 2022. First of all, anyone that knows we've been doing these episodes since 2020. So June 2022, I dropped that as a potential podcast episode. And here we are over 2 years later.
Yeah. And anyone knows me knows that I'm meticulous. So I made sure I dealt with it. I wrote it down and I didn't forget about it. The timing needed to be right. And here we are.
But what's really incredible is like, it so marries as well to something else that I've been walking in truth this year, which is after I read it, Michael Singer, I think we've done a podcast episode on it too, that like rain is rain, snow is snow, weather is weather. Weather weathers. Rain does what rain needs to do. Snow does what snow needs to do.
Yeah.
We as human beings bother ourselves about nature, right? So
Yeah.
if we're going on a picnic and it happens to rain and suddenly we're in a stinky mood because of it, well, it's not the rain that's bothering us, is we are bothering ourselves about the rain.
Yeah.
Similarly, that's probably why 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, this same topic really interests me enough that I said I have to write this down and start to practice it and make it like really like embody what this says. And so essentially it was a sermon by the amazing Bishop TD Jakes. And he was talking about frustrations can be modered by expectations, and that if you change your expectation, you will limit your frustration. Then he went on to say that I expect people to be who they are, right? That's just the truth. And if you can expect people to be who they are, then once you teach me who you are, you teach me what to expect. Yeah. And then, so therefore you never disappointed because I never expect above what you advertise. Like that is a mic drop. Like the guy is so prophetic with his words, but I never expect above what you advertise. Very similar to something like Maya Angelou said, like when people show you who you are, believe them the first time. Yeah. So if you advertise you are a fool, I expect you to be a fool. And therefore, when I need a fool, I'll call you. Otherwise, I ain't calling you.
Yeah.
All right. So and I guess what he's really trying to say is that we have the power. We like so many people I see it at work all the time, like walking around frustrated because you expected something that either wasn't going to happen or didn't happen the way that you wanted to happen. And at the end of the day, and I say this gently to some people that are listening to this, but if you get frustrated, it's your problem. Like, I know I'm going into the cat voice.
You created it. Yeah.
But you created it, right? So if like, think about, like, I know one of the things that used to get me a lot of times, I remember one time this happened to me in my previous employment. I met this one person. We had this really great like a physical engagement. Like after I spoke, she came up to me. She talked about how my speech resonated with her. I think we hugged. She says, "Oh my God, we need to get together. I'd love to have, further conversation with you." I said, "No problem. Drop me a note."
Yeah.
So typically the worst time to drop me a note is after I just spoke because I get a lot of notes right after I speak. So long and short was I also in IT, I get a really big lot of email, and respectfully, people that know me know that if you need me, call me.
Yes.
Anyway, what had happened was months later, I think it was in April, and sometime maybe I was cleaning up my email, and it might have been like October, November, and I saw her email. And I remember emailing her and saying, "Hey, I'm now seeing your email. Would you like to connect?" Anyway, the long and short of it is we happened to get together again. And what she shared with me was that me not responding to her made her feel away. And so, so I did ask her, are you open to me coaching you or sharing something with you, like another perspective? Mm-hmm. And I said, always keep yourself in the position of power.
Good.
It is a blessing that I would have to be able to sit with you. So me not responding to you is my loss, not yours. Mm-hmm. Right. And then I said, and the other thing too, because I'm sure I'm not the only person, expecting me to have responded back to you was a timeline you created that I probably couldn't achieve because I didn't even know what it was. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it's about also giving people grace that it's not about you. You are worthy of being met with, And so that's kind of what he was like. It's almost very similar to what TD Jakes is trying to coach us. Like, if you stop calling me, then I'm going to stop expecting you to call me. Versus especially women, like dating in the dating land, we get so easily frustrated when the person has to call us on a timeline that we've created, which is an expectation.
Yeah.
I know
it's not fair. It's not fair that people are putting these expectations on us. It's like,
Right. And so if you can catch yourself, like a lot of times I will say, even like to many people that are listening, fix your voicemail. Right. A lot of times, or even think about this. How many times has somebody called you and you returned the call and you said, "I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry
know.
I missed your call. I'm like, why you,
Yeah.
I always say, no,
Why
you
you
can take
start?
that sorry back. I'm giving you that.
Yeah.
You only have 10 a year, that one you get back,
Yeah.
because I don't have any expectation that you are sitting around waiting for my phone call.
Yeah.
Right? To
Exactly.
pick it up at the time when I call, right? And so we often like catch yourself what you apologize for one. And that's your way of also using that opportunity to train, like to help people understand like your schedule or how
Yeah.
best to like connect with you or this, that, and the other, right? So
It's so interesting that you said that analogy about the messaging, because I know someone whose automated voicemail
it says,
says,
I'm sorry
"I'm
I missed your
sorry
call.
that I missed you," and it's like, you know
Change
what?
that.
I'm gonna talk to that person. Thank you for that inspiration, because you're right. I'm not expecting you to pick up the phone every time somebody calls you. So
That's
why are you
right.
sorry?
That's right.
Why are you
I
sorry?
often, if I hear somebody's voice note, because anyway, this is not the conversation about that, but it's
No,
also very disempowering,
sure.
stuff like that. Like, yeah, just everyone needs to think about their voice note. If it says, I'm sorry that I missed your call, don't be sorry. Just say, I missed your call. Please leave me a message and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. But anyway,
Yes,
yeah.
I
So
love
back to
that.
this one, I think
Yeah,
the crux of all of it is you completely have the power to meter your your frustration by limiting your expectations,
I love it.
or not having your expectations be predicated on somebody else that may not even realize that that's your expectation,
I
right?
love this. Now, because you've had this in your notes, Inc., did you originally hear this from TD Jakes?
Mm-hmm.
That's where originally it came from. Okay.
June 2022. I must have been
But
listening
that
to
was
his
originally from him.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, I've heard it reference Dr. Maya Angelou said it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of thought leaders have talked about
Yeah.
that. But it is really about it's I mean, it's a big part of what I try to do and I'm proud of my skin for myself, even.
Yeah.
I'm getting better
Yeah.
at that as more time passes and as I try to be true to what I believe is the gift that I'm supposed to be giving the world or helping a billion people in this world do. But
Yeah.
it is catching that. It's catching where I'm putting expectations that I've come up with on another human being.
Hmm.
Um, and also helping my mind by realizing that everybody is who they need to be. And it's my responsibility to keep around me the things that serve me and enable me to live in my highest, truest expression of myself as a human being. And if it's not capable of doing that, then I have the power to put the appropriate boundaries in place.
Yes. That's beautiful. I love this so much. If someone wants to go deeper in this conversation, we'd recommend that you hop online and type in TD Jakes. He's got a sermon, and I believe it's called Frustration Happens, or The Fight with Frustration. Pardon me, The Fight with Frustration, TD
Yeah, I don't
Jakes. So
remember if that's where it came from, but
something like
I
that.
can look
Yeah.
back at the note. There's I think in parting, how I think our responsibility right now is if you were to even sort of open up your diary today and write how many things are actually tormenting you. And this is funny, this is such a great follow-up from our last episode. But how many things are
Yes.
tormenting you right now? If you were to just be still, how many things are tormenting you because you have the wrong expectation?
Oh, that's so powerful. That's so powerful. And
That's the
instead of
question. I know.
that's a powerful question, right? Because expectations are such a powerful, potent force that
Hmm.
affects us so much.
Hmm.
So instead of asking how expectations breed discontentment,
Hmm.
ask, why does it affect us so
Why is
much?
it affected
And
so much?
how do
Yeah.
I get out of this? Like, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe we have one more Empowering Bites for this year. And let's be a little bit thoughtful as to what we're going to talk about. But I think an idea just came to my head. Maybe the next one will help you with that. But I think that that's really important. I think that part of radical self-care is about getting still
Yes.
and listening to what, like, to like giving yourself some mind care, listening to what's toiling in your mind and giving yourself permission to reset your expectations, especially if whatever it is that's toiling is not serving you in a positive way.
That's beautiful. What you just did was you understood the source of the frustration.
Mm.
I love it. That's a coping
We're always the
mechanism.
source. That's the thing. We are always the source. I don't care.
Right.
Like, oh my Lord, have mercy. That's a whole different episode. And so you have to say that at the very end. Look at that. I just got
did.
hyped again.
Okay, but that's okay. That's okay. That's a new episode.
We're bringing it down. We're bringing it down. We're bringing it down because this is what we have to say. We're done. And I'm Ink.
And I'm Gaby with 1B.
And we're out.
Bye-bye. Until next time. You're the source.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.